really just don't be thinking. They don't be thinking when stuff come out their mouth. That's the part. If we're going to have a debate, if we're going to have an honest dialogue, I'm going to need y'all to be honest. I don't want to hear nothing about, like, if you cannot build a debate or a conversation or a rebuttal based on a lie, based on a half truth. You're on shaky foundation. You're on sandy foundation. You're on sandy foundation. What's going on? I'm AnokhiTheOne, back with another video. And this video is about the question of, do lesbians have the highest percent of domestic violence? We're talking about domestic violence. We're talking about some facts, okay? Let's talk about this because I've seen a few red pill guys, okay? I've seen a few guys try to use this on me. Try to tell, well, you know, domestic violence is really not that big a deal because the highest rate of domestic violence is in the lesbian community. Okay, now let's break this down because a lot of y'all don't realize, and I'm a numbers guy. These are these numbers guys. Okay, women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. How can numbers not lie if women lie and men lie? It's just a good way to lie with numbers. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, now there's two major reasons why this makes no sense in the argument talking about straight men and domestic violence in straight relationships. Okay, this is gonna be the major one. Okay, I'm gonna say the major one first and then my one second because y'all act like y'all ain't got no attention span. Hopefully attention span lasts you a little longer in this video because this is a real issue. Okay, a real issue. And it's disrespectful. Okay. So, reason number one, I'm gonna break down some numbers for you, numbers guys, who clearly ain't trying to do no real math. Y'all just want to use something so y'all can feel like stuff is not a problem. Okay. I did the research and I overestimated, like most Americans, overestimated the population of the LGBTIBCDEFG. Okay. Now, in my mind, since I was not little, but since I have been aware of sexuality, I thought that the LGBT population was 10%. Okay, and they did the study, and they surveyed Americans, and they said Americans have an inflated idea of the population of the gay community. Most Americans think that LGBT makes up 23%, and maybe that's honest. If folks was honest, maybe it would be 23%. Okay, I don't know. All right, but are you ready to know what the percentage of the population? Okay, this is how you get truth. This is the difference between a truth and a fact. Okay, I've told y'all this before. So, do you want to know what the percentage of the American population? This is American stuff because Americans are obsessed with gay people. Okay. This is it. The entire alphabet community makes up not 23, not 10, not 7, 4% of the population. 4% of the total population of America is LGBT. 4. Now, that's the whole alphabet community. Lesbians they haven't even calculated how many lesbians. That's how small the daggone population is. Let's just say it's 1% of the population. Okay, let's just say it's 1%. Okay. Do you know what the population of women are in America? They make up 50% of the entire American population. Over 50%, about 51% of the entire American population. Okay. Their population is 166 million. Okay, about 166 million. Okay, now let's use their so now that we have context, okay, now let's use their statistic. They say that what is it, about 26, 27, I think it was like 30% of LGBT women, okay, lesbian women, okay, 30% of LGBT women, okay, have experienced domestic violence in their life. Okay, they've experienced domestic. I'm not even gonna go into that right now. I'm not even gonna go to that part. 30%, 30-something percent. Okay, they say 20.4% of straight women in relationships with exclusively in relationships with women. 20% of that population. Do you see what is 20% of that population has experienced domestic violence in their life? Okay. That sounds interesting. You're comparing a population of 166 million with a population of 2 million. So what does that equate to? What does that equate to? About 2 million lesbians have experienced domestic violence versus 33 million straight women. Okay, 33 million. There are more women, straight women, experiencing domestic violence at the hands of a man than the entire LGBT population. The entire more women will experience domestic violence at the hands of a man than the entire LGBT population. There is 33 million, it's 33.9. So it's really 34 million straight women will experience domestic violence at the hands of a man. And the entire LGBT population is about 13 million. 3 times as many as a whole population. Do you see how this is manipulative and disrespectful and just trash? Okay. That's number one as to why this is manipulation in line with statistics. Okay. I've been drinking coffee, so I'm on a 10. I'm on a 25. Okay. So that's number one. That's the major thing. Logically thinking, this is for the numbers guys and for the non-numbers guys, the guys who say feminism is a lie. Okay, feminist rights, feminist movement, forget y'all. We're not equal. But then at the same time, okay, and I'm not a feminist, I don't think we're equal. I don't think we're the same. I don't think a black man and a white man is the same. I don't think somebody that grew up in a rich neighborhood is the same as somebody that grew up in a poor neighborhood. I don't think, what? So, y'all be wanting to say, men and women aren't the same, men and women. But this is when you use a statistic talking about, well, actually, lesbians relationship experience more domestic violence. This is common sense. A woman hitting another woman is not going to have the same effect as a man hitting a woman. It's just like, I just, a woman hitting another woman is not going to have the same effect as a man hitting a woman. Women are far less likely to kill another human being than a man is to kill another human being. Does this mean men are bad? Does this mean straight men are bad? No, it just means don't use this foolish statistic. Do not let these red pill people manipulate you, okay? Manipulate your mind so you can minimize the fact that a lot of these women need protection from their own man that's supposed to be protecting them. Killed on a very high rate. Women being murdered in general. There is a higher rate of women being murdered from their romantic partner than any other kind of type of person. They are better off with a stranger, a homeless man on the street. They are safer with a homeless man that is drunk on the street. Might even have a gun with him, a knife. They are safer with this homeless strange man than they are with the person that they in love with, married with, dating, or an ex. So what? Don't what? And what makes me upset is that lesbians, or just people in general, they don't think about what somebody is saying. What are you actually saying when you say that there is a higher percentage of domestic violence in lesbian relationships than in straight relationships, when lesbian relationships are like, there's probably like, there's like 1 million, because this is just, there's probably about 2 million maximum. Okay, max. There's about 2 million lesbian women max. So if that's the case, that would mean you would have to split that number by half, because that means they're in relationship with each other. So it's really like 1 million. So it's just like, people really just don't be thinking. They don't be thinking when stuff come out their mouth. That's the part. If we're gonna have a debate, if we're gonna have an honest dialogue, I'm gonna need y'all to be honest. I don't want to hear nothing about, like, if you cannot build a debate or a conversation or a rebuttal based on a lie, based on a half truth. You're on shaky foundation. You're on sandy foundation. You're on sandy foundation. This is another statistic they want to play around with. If you put Irish, Australian, German, if you put North African, you put Middle Eastern, you put Pakistan, if you put all of them in the same boat in the white box, because think about it, when you get on the census record, do you see Palestinian? Do you see Israeli? Do you see Moroccan? Do you see Pakistan? No, they're all white. Okay, so when you get to put all these people into white versus the very few people, okay, who actually check the black box, even if they are black, because it's your choice if you want to check the black box. The only few people who have been trained, okay, the American-born, indigenous, copper-colored people who are putting 14%, that is a huge population. Because these Africans in Africa, it don't matter if they're from West Africa, South Africa, Middle Africa, it don't matter. They coming over here and they checking the white box. So you have all the, hell yeah, it's going to be a majority population. No, it's not real. Okay, stop it. Stop playing with me. It's another way they lie with statistics. You have to ask more questions. Okay, so they're constantly lying with statistics to where you can't even have a foundation, a solid foundation to stand on to even move toward a solution. Okay, that's how you manifest dysfunction. If you have these beliefs, if you have these unfounded beliefs, okay, people don't want to be grounded on the facts. Okay, let's acknowledge the fact that men are taking their women out. They're literally killing their women. They're literally killing the mother of their children. They're literally killing their spouses. Okay, let's. But y'all want us to be laying down in the streets, having the Holy Ghost in the streets every time a black man get killed. We need to be when a police officer shoots up a unarmed black man, but you want to minimize domestic violence when I think it's every 4 seconds or something crazy, or not every 4 seconds. This is dramatic. 4 women a day are beaten. 4 women a day experience domestic violence every day. Okay, thousands and thousands and thousands per year. The fact that such a huge 20% of the entire female population. 20% of the whole female population, okay, that is a huge number, experience domestic violence, and a lot of them do not make it. A lot of them are killed. And y'all want to play with some daggone statistics. Learn how, okay, and this is another issue, because people all want to get out your feelings, you need to get out your feelings. No, no, this is why that whole get out your feelings movement is the reason why so many men can kill their own wife, kill the mother of their children, kill the mother of their children and themselves, because they Everybody's saying, get out your feelings, get out your feelings, get out your feelings. Well, if you were allowed to have a feeling other than anger, right? Because I guess anger is not a feeling, but it's the only feeling that men are allowed to have. And then they get angry and shoot stuff up. That's common sense. Like, everybody knows. It is far more, everybody knows this. Okay, so y'all could come up with the numbers, 20%, 10%, everybody knows. Okay, men are more likely to shoot up a building, to kill up some people, to kill their children, kill themselves, and everybody knows that. And it's fixable issues. But it's not a fixable issue if you try to ignore the issue, if you try to be blind to the issue, and then act like it doesn't exist when everybody knows it exists. It's happening all the time. Okay? And then you want to make up these fake, issues. You want to have these. If you compare the number of black men killed at the hands of police, compare the number of black women who die at the hands of black men, well, it's not comparable, okay? Because it's so ridiculous. It's like 1,000 to 1. It's like 100,000 to 1. It's like 100,000 to 1. Why aren't we focused on the 100,000 issue? The 100,000 issue. And y'all want to bust out with this whole, well, lesbians actually, stop. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Okay? And I guess there's domestic violence in lesbian relationships. I don't be hanging around lesbians long enough to know what they be doing with each other. Okay? I honestly don't. Okay? And I'm lesbian. I know I ain't slapped nobody. Anybody about to slap me. Okay? So, that's just period. Ladies, these men who walk around thinking that, lesbians, if you were to take the entire lesbian population versus just the population of straight women, I'm gonna drive this home for y'all. Just the population of straight women who have been physically abused in their lives. If you want to take the entire lesbian population, it would be about 40, 50 times the entire lesbian population. So for you ladies out here, okay, who have these kind of guys around you, I would say run. I would say get a gun. I would say run, get a gun. Run, get a gun. Because they got guns and they ready to shoot your ass. So just get you a gun. Go to some taekwondo. Ain't nobody got time. I feel like if more men knew that women was carrying, y'all wouldn't be carrying these kinds of emotions. Y'all would calm down real quick. I'm just saying, if more women carried a gun, if more women was, what you say? What? Get some nunchucks, a sword. I don't care. This is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And I wasn't even planning on going down this rabbit hole till somebody told me. And now I'm just like, what? Get y'all some guns, a sword, and a knife. Okay, forget the daggone pepper spray. Why y'all keep telling women to get tasers and pepper spray? No, they need a fully loaded pop. They need to be out here looking like Medea. She had one thing right, okay? Because it's ridiculous. If you want, if that's your preference, if you prefer men, okay, get you a gun. I prefer women. I'm giving me a gun. Get you a gun, cause he needs to know you got one stashed over here, over there, and if you try to, I love you. I got feelings. You got feelings, and I got a feeling. If you get tripping, you ain't gonna have no feelings no more. It's just period. Because there's so many men who want to act like this is an issue. So if y'all want to act like it ain't an issue, that's why I'm really a very militant type of person. That's why, like, when people assume that because I have more conservative views, I supported Trump and all this other stuff, like, the only reason was because I studied Malcolm X. I studied Black Panthers. I have family that was in Black Panthers. I mean, by any means necessary. Protection. Okay, this is what is different between this generation versus the generation in the past. Okay, this generation, they out here crying in the streets because of something that the media has blown up. But when it comes to real issues, they're quiet. The only time they want to talk is when it's trending on social media. When it can make it can give them some social credibility, some social credits, some likes and some comments and some subscribes. Okay. I mean, I've studied, I said, forget all y'all who talking right now, because clearly ain't nothing real coming out your mouth. I've been studying people from the 60s, the 70s, the James Baldwins, the Malcolm X's, okay? The people who they don't celebrate. All right, that's who I'm studying. Okay. And so, and also feminists before it was infiltrated. Okay, the Angela Davises. Okay. So the Maya Angelou's. All right. So before it was corrupted into this foolishness that we got now, where there's foolishness in the Black power movements, in the feminist movements, in the LGBT movements, in the 60s and the 70s, these LGBT, especially lesbian, masculine women, okay? Masculine women were at the forefront. We was the ones with guns. This is ancient times. This is indigenous times, okay? We have been on the pulse of what's going on with women, okay? While y'all are all talking about, oh, lesbian. That's why they specifically said lesbians. This is why they specifically pointed out lesbian relationships. Why? Because they want the attention on the warriors for the Black women. I mean, for the women in general. The warriors, the people in the forefront, okay, protecting women who have no ulterior motives for them. All you need is one woman. You don't need to protect all women if it's just because of sexuality. You just got to protect your women. No, that's the energy that we carry. Okay, we're warriors for women, period. Okay, whether we date them or not, we're speaking masculine. We're speaking where other women are shy about it. Okay, and put it to your face and let you deal with it. Let you drop it and pick it up if you want to. Okay, and so y'all can do better because y'all need to do better. All right, they was doing it in the 60s and 70s. It was again, I will keep saying it. Stormé, I forgot her last name, Devarier or something like that. It's French. Masculine woman of color from New Orleans. Okay, lesbian woman, butch, that's what they call it back then, butch. Lesbian from New Orleans started Stonewall riots. Okay, she was the first one to throw punches. Okay, she was the warrior, forefront. Okay, Angela Davis. There's so many Black women, Black masculine women who's in the Black Panthers, in the forefront. Y'all don't want to talk about that. So many, in every movement. So, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, okay? And think a little bit deeper when you're talking about this stuff. And this is a real issue. And y'all need to stop putting your hands on women. And people need to grow up and stop putting their hands on people, period. I mean, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about that. All of this. Let me know what you think about people lying with statistics. There's a book called Lying with Statistics. And Bill Gates recommended it. And they've been playing us for years with this crap. And I think it's wonderful. Get the book Lying with Statistics so you really understand what I'm talking about. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm hot.